How's it going, everybody? Chaos Gaming here, and yes, we are back with some more My Hero Ultra Rumble, or if you want, you could call it part 2 to my original Data Mine video. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at the patch notes that have released for Season 11. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's blow this shit right the hell up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. And you can let me know down below, how do you feel about these patch notes as a whole? So throughout our maintenance update on May 21st, 2025, we made the following changes. So number 1 is new features. They added a new stage, USJ version 3, an upgrade of USJ version 2. Now if you haven't checked my Data Mine video, check that out so you can get a glimpse of what they are talking about. Maps have a total rotation of 5 hours, with 2 hours for Chaos City, 2 hours for USJ mode version 3, and then an hour of UA Island version 2. The tutorial, training, and custom match modes are not eligible for map switching. The reason why they say that is because you can literally pick which map you want, which hopefully, as we get more maps, they're able to pick. But I think they don't do that because they feel like the player count is not that high to even include that whatsoever. But I do like this whole timing thing that they're doing now, that they make it to where like the newest maps or maps that get updated get the higher count of hours, while the maps that haven't got touched, they only get like that 1 hour count. So they added sound effects when leveling up tuning slots, added sound effects when unlocking tuning slots, which I don't think anybody cared whatsoever, but sure. Added a survival time adjustment during matchmaking. The strength of your opponents will slightly vary based on your average survival time in your last 5 matches. What? Interesting, okay. So they're basically saying if you live long, you're going to go up against opponents that also lived long. Oh, alright. Added a team battle adjustment during matchmaking. When performing a team battle via invite or team ID search, you will face slightly stronger opponents in matchmaking. The strength of opponents will vary depending on whether 2 or 3 players were invited to your team battle. Added compensation when ally disconnects or idles. Waived entry cost remains. Increased drop rate of character data and character data exchange tickets. That's good. That is definitely good. They need to do that because sometimes when you just have an ally that leaves you, and not saying because they do it by themselves, there are certain circumstances in the game that makes it to where you leave automatically, gotta compensate for that, 100%. Added a bonus for defeating a full team member. A pre-formed team of 3 invited players is considered a full team. Bonus rank points will be rewarded under the following conditions. You KO a member from a full team, you assist a KO member for a full team, your teammate KO a member from a full team, only applies in ranked matches, which, that's beautiful. Oh my god, that is a chef's kiss right there, man. Beautiful. Added a bonus for defeating higher ranked players. When you KO a player rank above you, you earn bonus rank points based on the rank difference. Only applies in ranked matches. I like that too. I like that too. It makes sense, man. All of this that they're doing for the ranked matches, it makes sense. The survival time, a little bit weird. I feel like it should be based off wins, not based off timing of survival. But hey, it's a Battle Royale rank game. What do I know? Maybe Fortnite does the same thing. System adjustments. Adjusted the UI design and mechanics for displaying attack direction. Actions will now be interrupted if your character moves too far from the target. Rescuing/stranding civilians, rescuing teammates, and unlocking item boxes. You now retain all quirk skill levels upon revival. What? Oh my god, that's the biggest update so far! That's crazy! So now if I'm level 9, if I get res, I'm back at level 9. Oh my god, they're cooking this season. The pot is frying with the oil. What? Increase the time from the start of the final phase to when the zone begins shrinking. Increase the time from when shrinking starts to when it ends during the final phase. Change weekly mission reset time from Sunday 9 p.m. PST to Tuesday 1 p.m. PST. What? So now it's every Tuesday reset? I don't know if that's a good thing or that's a bad thing. But that's interesting. You can now check the number of compensation items required when assigning character data to tuning skills. Server lobby matchmaking has been adjusted to better match players of similar strength. So this season, it looks like their real focus was to try to make sure that rank was number 1, better matchups, and number 2 was to make it to where like when you're dying, you come back, you get all your levels, which I'm hyped for that, man. Besides like the characters they introduced, that I'm hyped for. You can no longer proceed to the results screen after being KO'd until one of the following conditions is met. 60 seconds pass after you KO without anyone picking up your badge. 60 second pass after an ally picks up your badge. This restriction does not apply if enough time has passed since the match begins. That's good because if your teammate's trying to res you, why are you leaving right away? Just wait a little bit. Well, now they're forcing you to wait a little bit, but yeah, just wait and see what happens, man, because that's so unfair to the player that's surviving and trying to make sure that you come back to life. So I'm glad they added this changing curses. Revised rules for costumes with boost effects. Newly added costumes will now always have a boost effect in 2 events. If a costume is added during an ongoing event, a boost effect will begin with the next event. The next event may occur in a different season. Costumes earned as a rank or license rewards during a season will now receive boost effects in all of the events of that season. That is fire. I like that. Especially like if it's a UR outfit, it should have the same amount of effects as a paid UR outfit. Now, if they want to go a little bit lower, fine. I guess if it's because it's free to play, sure. But I'm glad they made that change. Next, we got some bug fixes. First off being Kendo with her Big Fish Shield. Fix a bug where some attacks couldn't be blocked and cause damage. Now, this is a good thing to test out on specifically Lemillion. I mean, it makes sense. Like, you know, Premonition, he's supposed to go through things. Things aren't supposed to block his path whatsoever. But come on, man. Like, please. Kaminari Lightning with his Gamma fixed the bug where the second and subsequent charges wouldn't face the correct direction at high FPS, and then fixed the bug where the skill could not chase enemies through walls. Ooh, okay. Shinso, listen, at this point, man, this man did not need no bug fixes whatsoever. His Alpha Binding Cloth Curse Strike fixed the bug where captured enemies could not be slammed on the ground, fixed the bug where slam distance would sometimes be too short, special tuning skill High Speed Replenishment and Speedy Civilian Recovery, fixed the bug where effects could continue even after expiring. They also fixed a bug where some skill ammunition would deplete too slowly under low FPS. So we got Uraraka Satellite Beta, we got Hado's Beta, and then we got the Lemillion Special Action Premonition. Next, we got the character adjustments, aka the balance changes. So first off, we have Kaminari's Electrification. Electrified state no longer ends when grabbed. Did not know that. Kirishima's Special Action Hardening. Hardening state now persists when reacting to damage. Ooh, yeah, because you take damage in that. Come on, we gotta get some type of stuff like with that. Aizawa's Erasure now affects enemies in Premonition state. Ooh, I like that. It makes sense, man. Like, what the hell? Like, he's supposed to be able to seal any quirk. So, that quirk, dunzo. If he looks at you, bye. The Lemillion Special Action Premonition. Reduced duration of Premonition. Reduce gauge cost when moving near allies. What? Wait, reduce gauge cost when we're moving near allies. So, I'm guessing it's gonna go down faster. That's what I'm assuming. We got Momo's Gamma, which is create bullet rain. Increase the ability of the created weapon. What? Sorry about that. So now they're tanky? That's crazy. Mind you, that skill's already very good. I didn't think it needed a buff personally. Dabi's Beta, which is a Scorching Domination. Delay the timing when flinch immunity activates after being hit. I don't understand what that means, but based off like process of looking at what each word, so delayed the timing when flinched immunity activates after being hit. I still don't get it. Alright, let's move on. Mystica Presses Beta, sleight of hand, increases damage of reflected projectiles, increase movement speed while using the skill. That's fire. I hope Kendo gets the same effect. We got Shoto's. Is this regular Shoto? Yeah, this is. No, is it? So after looking at the Ultra Rumble database, I am an absolute idiot. I'm sorry that I got the two mixed up. It's literally early in the morning for me at the time of this recording. So do with that information what you will. So we have the beta right here having Piercing Ice Wall, which they reduce the activation time, reduce recovery time after activation, and then increase falling speed while airborne. With the Gamma, they increase the range, reduce time before moving after triggering follow-up skill, and they increase the movement distance of the follow-up skill. Endeavor Melee's attack now advanced slightly during aerial melee attacks. Kaminari's quirk skill set, which, here they go, they specify. His Alpha Lock-On Elect, normal shots can now hit the same enemy multiple times. Reduce lock-on charge time while aiming. His Beta reduced delay between detection and homing. It no longer breaks after detecting a target, and then reduce damage. Kurogiri with his Alpha Dark Master, they increase the direct hit damage. They reduce damage of lingering mist at impact point, and then his Gamma Shadow Hunt now supports gyro controls when controlling mist viewpoint. So that is everything that we have on the website. Now we're going to look at the Discord to check the values at which these buffs or nerfs got touched by. So I'll be right back with that ready to go. So quick update, looks like the Discord now has a section where it's specifically for balance changes. That is a good thing. I like that a lot. Make it to where, you know, things are more separated and organized. So now let's take a look at the things that they have touched. So we got damage changes for Uraraka. It looks like her quirk skill Gamma, the damage value went from 80 to 78 at level 10, which is also going to be the same thing for level 9 as well. We got the Kaminari Beta, which is homing. The damage went from 23 to 20 at level 1. Same thing for the guard break. At level 2, it went from 25 to 21. At level 3, it went to 26 to 22. At level 4, it went to 28 to 24. At level 5, it went from 29 to 25. At level 6, it went from 30 to 26. At level 7, it went from 31 to 27. At level 8, it went from 32 to 28. And then at levels 9 and 10, it goes from 25 to 23. We have Kurogiri's Alpha, which they increased from 15 to 44. Oh my god, that Alpha looks crazy. I gotta try that out now. At level 2, it goes from 16 to 46. At level 3, it goes from 17 to 48. At level 4, it goes from 20 to 55. At level 5, it goes from 21 to 57. At level 6, it goes from 22 to 59. At level 7, it's from 23 to 61. At level 8, it's 24 to 63. And then finally, 9 and 10 is from 25 to 65. Then with his deploy effect, which is the spinning thing I'm assuming they're talking about, it goes from 15 to 12 at level 1. At level 2, it goes from 16 to 13. At level 3, it goes from 17 to 14. At level 4, it goes from 20 to 15. At level 5, it goes from 21 to 16. At level 6, it goes from 22 to 17. At level 7, it goes from 23 to 18. At level 8, it's 24 to 19. And finally, at 9 and 10, it goes from 25 to 20. Next, we have Bakugo's Gamma. Okay, so it looks like the penalty reload time changes from 10 to 12 now. We got Uraraka's, what is this, a Gamma? Okay, Gamma. So the reload time changes from 6 to 5.50, all the way up to level 6. Then from 7 to 9, it goes from 550 to 5. We have Lemillion Special Action, which the ammo goes from 700 to 500, and then replenished ammo goes down from 7 to 5. Mount Lady's Gamma. Okay, there's a lot of things that were not in the patch notes. What the hell? Her penalty reload time from level 1 through 3 goes from 12 to 10. From 4 to 7, it goes 11 to 10. And then finally at 8, it goes 11. Oh, actually, no. 8 is the same thing. My bad. So it also goes from 11 to 10. Kendo's Sisterly Disposition. Looks like they touched a special tuning skill. So from 1, it goes to 560. From 2, it goes to 5.5 to 55. From 3, it goes to 6 to 50. From 4, it goes to 6.5 to 45. From 5, it goes from 7 to 40. From 16, it goes from 14 to 25. From 7, it goes to 16 to 22. From 8, it goes from 18 to 19. From 9, it goes from 20 to 16. From 10, it goes from 22 to 13. And then finally, at level 11, it's 24 to 10. We also have Kendo's Sisterly Disposition once again showing, what is this specifically? Is this the same thing as before, but reverse? It's literally the same thing, but it's just reverse. What the hell? Okay, that's weird. So with that is where we're ending today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also subscribe. You can let me know down below how do you feel about the balance changes this season and everything else that they added. But with that, I'll see you next time. Peace.